Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I did a version of this about maybe 2 years ago or so, and I wanted to do a little bit of an update on that. We are expecting our first real snow of the season. We're expecting 4 to 6 inches. So I wanted to sort of update you on some tips and tricks you could do to keep yourself warm should you be without power and be stuck in your house. So the first thing I'm going to do is tell you some things we implemented around our home, and then I'm going to make a few tips and tricks and suggestions of what you can do in your house should you not be able to get out but you're without power and heat. Okay, some of the first things we did was use these door sweeps. Now, these can be purchased at Home Depot if you have one near you. They're fairly inexpensive, under $15. And I have these at any door that has a draft, a little crack at the bottom. Our front door has a sweep already built on the door, but our back door does not. We have one there. We also have one on our basement door. Don't forget your basement door. Our basement is a lot colder than the regular house is, so we have one on that door as well. So these draft busters, as they are called, they are double-sided. They are fully adjustable. You can cut them down to whatever size door you need them to fit. And they can also be used on a window if you have a drafty window. Even though we have dual pane windows, we have also added a plastic film. This actually helps not only with drafts, but as an insulator as well. We have mini blinds on our windows, not only for privacy, but again, it helps with insulation. And then in the winter, we do a lined curtain and another set of curtains or a sheet sometimes to help with keeping the heat in. So we do have a portable charger for our phones, but if you don't have one for your phone, try to remember to keep your phone charged up. So there's a power outage in your area and you've lost the ability to heat your home. Most of us have to rely on electricity to run our furnaces. In my case, it's run on natural gas, but there is a element of electric to it. So if we don't have electric, we don't have heat. If you have an ability to heat your home without electric, without natural heat, then you're a step ahead of a lot of us. So if you're like me and when your power goes out, you don't have any heat, so the first thing I would do is put on an extra layer, sweatshirt and sweatpants. You're probably not walking around in the dead of winter with shorts and a short sleeve anyway, but I would just add an extra layer to what I already have on. So if you have one of these Mr. Buddy heaters, that's a great thing to have to heat a smaller space. You don't want to try to heat your whole house with that. So what you want to try and do is create a microclimate within your house. That could be a living room. It could be a smaller bedroom. I would suggest a smaller area like a bedroom, something you can close the door and retain that heat into a smaller area. And of course, these are rated to be safe to be run inside, but still be careful with them. So for us, our plan for a microclimate is our master bedroom. Now that can fit everyone in there. We can all fit in the bed together. It's a little squished, but it's okay. We have the bathroom right there. So if we have to go to the bathroom, of course, it's right there. We're not going in and out and not letting that heat that we've created in that bedroom out into the rest of the house. Also, you can use old towels, old sheets to block up the door. That will help to retain the heat as well, and also to cover any windows that you might have that you want to add extra covering to. If you have a curtain, you want to add an extra layer that you want to retain that heat. So the towels and sheets on your windows will help you with that. So if you want to get more micro, you can set up a personal tent, say in your living room or in your bedroom, and get inside the tent. And that will help to retain the heat in a smaller area as well. Now, if you don't have a tent, then a couple of chairs and some blankets over the top, and you get inside of that and make your tent that way. That's one way you could do it. You can actually do it in your bed. Just add some extra blankets to your bed, and that gets you up off the ground as well. So the higher you get up, the warmer the air should be than right on the floor level. So the next thing you want to consider is snacks, food, water. You don't want to be in and out running to the kitchen for something to eat. Something don't have to heat up. I mean, if this is a prolonged outage, you might have to think longer term, maybe some way to heat up water and do sort of like a cup of soup, that sort of thing. But for maybe like an hour or two or a couple of hours, maybe overnight, just think about some quick, convenient foods you could just eat really quickly and not necessarily have to warm up. For prolonged outage, don't forget things for entertainment, books, puzzles, games, whatever you have. Bring it into an area, maybe have it in a basket so it's contained, so it's not all over the place. And I mean, we could watch a movie or two, but after a while, if you have no way to charge your phone, you really want to keep your phone for emergencies and maybe weather updates so you know what's going on around you so you're not left out in the dark. So for us, we have one of these low profile totes that we stash underneath the bed. And we have things like SpaghettiOs and Chef Boyardee, whatever it is, cereal bars, something like cheese crackers, something that we could just eat without heating up, a couple of bottles of water, and some cards, a couple of board games, and other little puzzles and games. Everything contained right there in that plastic container, and it doesn't go anywhere. I pull it out every couple of months, probably twice a year, and I will refresh the food that is in there, replace it with new stock, and any games or stuff that needs to be replaced or updated, I will do that at the same time. And we probably have enough food for our family for 3 days. If it goes any longer than 3 days, then we need to rethink the situation, but I say 3 days is a good start for us. So if you want to put something together like this for your family, you don't have to have one of these totes. It just makes it a little easier. Just use what you have. If you have a box that you have around, or a milk crate, or a plastic bin, whatever it may be, if you have an empty drawer in a dresser somewhere, you could use that. Whatever you have, just use what you have already and just gather these things so you're not having to run around all over the house looking for these things when you really need them the most. So I would say the top 10 things you need to be storing in your tote or bucket or basket, whatever it is food, water, flashlight or some sort of light, batteries, candles, matches. Now, if you don't use candles and matches, then don't store them. Games, toys, some sort of entertainment. Playing cards are really great. They don't take up a lot of space. Emergency blankets, those little silver, emergency blankets that you can find in Walmart or your sporting goods store. Have a couple of those in there. You can always use them to cover yourself. You can always use them to make that makeshift tent to help retain that heat. You can also put them up to the window to stop the drafts. I would say a weather radio. If you could get yourself a weather radio, if you don't already have one. The next thing would be a phone charger. Now, that's what I got to add to my box. But a phone charger is really good to have in case of an emergency. And probably another thing that I would probably add, because I think that was 10, would be like some of those cheap tablecloths or shower curtains at the dollar store. You could put them up to a door to block it off. Say you're in your living room and you have no way of closing a door. You could use those, or a tarp even. That might be another thing to have in this kit as well. A tarp. You could put that up to a window. You could put that up to an opening that you want to close off to try and keep that heat in. So that's just some things just to think about to put in your tote. And some sort of tape like duct tape, masking tape. That's also missing from my tote. That's why I love doing these videos and watching these videos, because I think of things that you think of things that I might not have thought of, and I think of things as I'm going along. So yeah, some duct tape. So if you have nothing else, just curl up with your little buddy here. And that is my hubby, and that is Chewbacca. He loves to cuddle up to his daddy. So remember, stay safe and keep prepping. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos.